Hey everyone, welcome to Cod Creations. My name's Gareth, this is my little corner of the internet, playing with my food, and today I really am going to play with my food. So this is something I was just put together the other weekend, just for a laugh really, just to see if it would work, and we loved it. So just wanted to get it out there, get it to you pretty quick, and this is my little fish bites. So kind of like a chicken nugget, but with fish. Essentially it would work with chicken as well. So yeah, do whatever you like with it. But it's just a little bit intriguing because I'm going to use things like tortilla chips as the crust for it, which just worked so well. It was sort of an unbelievable thing where you're just thinking, well, I want a bit more crunch than your normal breadcrumbs, but I don't want too much. Let's give it a go and see what happens. Works a treat. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So I'm just going to start off a little bit of plain flour. This is just going to be for dusting the fish. So just want to put probably about a tablespoon or two on there, and then grab your fish. So I've got about 250 grams of cod here. We're just gonna pat it dry, because otherwise when we stick it into that flour it will create like a slurry on the outside, and that's not what we want. We want the flour to create a kind of coating that will allow egg to stick to it and then the chips to stick to that. So we can do this with our fish. And then once we've done that, just chop it into little, essentially chicken nugget sized bits. So about an inch or so. Nice piece like that. Chuck it in your flour. Perfect. So I'll crack on with this bit. Catch you in a sec. Okay, so that's all chopped up. Got that in our flour. And we just want to give this a bit of a toss around, just so that each bit's kind of nicely coated. No slurry, so it's sticking to it really well. Great, so now that's done, we can pop that there and do our little egg wash. So just one beaten egg will do for this. So we pop that in there, give it a quick whisk up, and quite simply just chuck your fish straight into the egg. There we go, give that good old mix about, get it all really well coated. So this is probably a great one to do with kids actually. Love doing this. Lots of washing your hands involved though, hopefully. Okay, I can sit there and I'll go wash my hands. Right, now that's done, let's kind of build that coating up. So we can keep our fish there for now, and what you're going to need is a mortar and pestle, if you've got one, or your hands, or a rolling pin, or anything. Really simple. So on a bag of tortilla chips, I'm just using plain kind of lightly salted ones. Slightly more on the salted side actually, but we're going to use half a bag for this, so about 100 grams. I'm talking my mouthful. We're just going to smash them up. So there we go, you want it quite small, because what with these things, I don't know about you, but I always find I end up with shards of it stuck in my mouth and kind of quite sharp. So you want to break it down nicely. So you've got little crumble of shards like that. Any big bits, just give them a snap up. That's great. So now we've got that, we can just throw it onto the same plate we had the flour on. There we go. Now looking at that, we might need a bit more, but we can always just break some down, put some more in there if we need. So to that, I'm going to add a little bit of spice, just because I like something, a little bit more flavour in there. So we're going to use some classic little ingredients. Use some smoked paprika. Now I'm using the sweet one rather than the hot one, just because I don't want this to be too spicy. I'd rather kind of have a spicy sauce with it or something if I want to. But there's nothing to stop you. As I say, there's nothing to stop you technically using any kind of tortilla chips you can find. And there's some great flavours out there that would work for this a treat. So I've never tried it myself, but maybe I will. Yeah, there's a fair few. I'm not sure any like a cheesy one would work particularly well. But either way, to this I'm going to make all those flavours myself. So I'm going to use a teaspoon of smoked paprika in there. And then I'm going to use a teaspoon of garlic granules there as well. Now I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of oregano. So dried oregano, just to bring a bit of a herby flavour in there. It's going to have quite a kind of Mexican feel. And that's good, because what I'm going to use this for, let's say you could use this for anything. So these little nuggets that you could just feed to the kids with chips, that would be perfect. I love using wrapped in sort of flour tortillas with some guacamole and some salsa. Really, really works well. So once you've got that, just give it a good old mix up. So there we go, that's what you end up with. This lovely kind of flavoured mass of broken up tortilla chips. It's going to be great. So that's all my flavours in there. As with anything, just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. So just a pinch of salt. Probably won't need much depending on what type of tortilla chip you're using. Just a little bit of pepper. Perfect. So now, time to kind of put it all together. So just grab your bits of fish, toss them in, till they're nicely covered. And then onto a baking tray, a little bit of oil in the bottom. Just start laying them out. So there we go, there's all my fish, all ready to go in. So this is going to serve 2 people, so you get a fair portion out of this one. So they're done. All we got to do now is give them a quick little spritz of vegetable oil, you know, or just, if you haven't got one of these little spritzy things, just drizzle a bit over the top. These are really useful for this. Don't actually find them that useful for the frying, but they're great for this. And then we'll pop those in the oven, 180 degrees, for 15 minutes, and that's all they're going to take. It's just fish. You don't want to overdo it or it'll be too kind of, too thick and horrible. So we're going to whack those in. I'm going to catch up with you when they're done. Cheers. Oh, that's hot. There we go. Lovely little crispy fish bites. Absolutely fantastic. They will work with anything as well. Doesn't have to be cod, haddock, polyp, any firm white fish. These are going to go great with. So there we go. Beautiful little nuggets of fish, really nicely cooked, steaming hot. They've got that little crunchy outside them. And those flavours, they really, really work. So I hope you do give this one a go. And if you do give it a go and you think, I can't be bothered to put my own flavours in there and use normal salted tortilla chips, I want to try it with something a little bit more extravagant. You're grabbing some flavoured ones and you just pump those in. I would love to know if you give that a go. So leave a note down in the comments to say, yeah, I tried it with this. Let me know if it went well or no, it didn't go quite so well. Those flavours are going to be a bit odd at times, and sometimes they're going to work fantastic. So I do hope you give this one a go. I do hope you enjoy it because I love it. I'm off to have this, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.